You know, I think giving signs is an aspect of baseball and softball that is sometimes overlooked, and it's important to the game. It either wins a ball game for you or loses a ball game when somebody misses a sign. And I think sometimes as coaches, the thing that we do is we try to be too sneaky and try to hide what we're doing so the other team cannot get our signs. And I think the easier you make signs, the easier it is for kids to get the signs. And I use what I call the KISS method. Everybody around the country has used that. And that's keep it simple, smarty. Okay? Keep it nice and simple. I'm going to show you a set of signs. As a player, if you happen to be coaching young kids, it'll be very simple for you, or as a coach, they will be very simple for you. The most important thing in giving signs is that you be comfortable with the signs you're giving and let your kids adjust to you. Don't do the ones they all want you to do, because you'll have 10 different sets of signs they want you to give. I will show you ones that I use with my junior high softball team, which are the same exact signs that I used with the San Diego Padres during spring training 3 years ago. And what I call the signs are simple claps. 1 clap is a bunt, 2 claps is a hit and run, and 3 claps is the steal. Now here's the key. Everybody on the other team is going to watch my signs as I touch different parts of my body. I may start like this. I will always end with a clap. Now they're trying to figure out as I go through all these touches what it is I'm trying to do with my signs. And when I finish, the last thing I do, if I finish here, all right, let's go. What was it?
Bunt.
Isn't that simple? Okay, same way. What do we got now? Let's go.
Hit and run.
See how simple that is?
Steal.
Okay, and it does not have to be deliberate where I'm going 1 or 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3. It needs to be spontaneous and natural. So if I'm going through my signs with you as a hitter at the plate and we're using the clap system, I just do this. Let's go. Get in there, let's go. That was 1 clap. So you got to be part of an actor when you give signs. If I was going to do the hit and run, I would finish with 2 claps. Let's go. Or if I was going to finish with a steal, come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Very simple signs, but you know what the other team's doing? They're watching all these touches. Ooh, he went to his hat, then he went to his ear, back to his chest, went back up to the other ear. We think we've got his signs, and really, they're at the very end of the signs, and they're claps. Now, when I'm giving signs, and you as the hitter, the thing that is imperative is that you always watch me till I am finished giving signs. Now, when I do the clap signs, it's really simple because you have to wait to see how many claps at the very end. But let's say the next set of signs I'm going to use is what we would call an indicator set of signs, which I would designate one area of my body to be the indicator, which means nothing counts until I touch that area of my body. Let's just say for the learning purposes here, guys, I'm going to use the hat as the indicator right now. Okay? Doesn't make any difference what the indicator is, but for this time we're going to use the hat. This will be the bunt, this will be the hit and run, this would be the steal. Okay? What's this?
Bunt, hit and run, steal. Bunt, steal, bunt, hit and run, steal.
Okay. They don't count until I hit my hat. So let's say I do this. What do I have?
Nothing.
Nothing. Why?
Got a wrong answer.
That's why we go through this. Why? Because I did not hit the indicator. Now what's this sign here? Nothing. Some of you are going, did anybody see me hit the hat?
No.
Nothing counts until I hit the indicator. Now we're going again. We're ready to go.
Steal.
Okay. When would you step out of the box?
Right after you finish your sign.
After I do the sign, right after I clap to end it. Come on, let's go. That means I'm finished. If you do this, if I hit here and then I hit here, and you turn your head away, right away they're going to go, okay, let's take a look at that again. I put it on again. As soon as I hit my nose, you turn away, and I'm still down there giving signs. You have to stay glued on me until I'm finished. And that's why with clap signs, they're great simply because they're the last thing you do. Now, sometimes we can change the indicator and still never change the signs. Where are our signs? What do we got?
Bunt, steal, hit and run.
What if I tell you that the hat is no longer the indicator and the right chest becomes the indicator? Okay. All right. Exactly. Nothing counts until I hit my right chest. So let's just say for these purposes, I start off by hitting my hat, which was the old indicator and is not the new indicator. I have not hit the indicator yet. Look at all the different signs I'm going to. I'm touching the signs that we'll actually use, but nothing happens until that right hand comes up and hits my right chest.
Hit and run.
Excellent. Excellent. You see what I mean? So every day I can change the indicator if I think the team has found out that this is what sign?
Hit and run. Steal. Bunt.
All right. Now, I'm going to show one more set of signs that we can use. It's called a set of signs for roving indicators. Okay? What I mean by roving is this. Whatever I touch very first with my right hand. Now remember my right hand. I could start here and do this, but the first touch with my right hand is here. That becomes the indicator. Okay, so if I did this, indicator, not till I come back to that right chest again does it count.
Hit and run.
Okay, now, next sign. You look down, you had the hit and run. We swung and missed. Now, I want to do something else. And I start off with my right hand touching my left arm. The left arm now becomes the indicator. I have not gone back to touch my left arm yet.
Steal.
Okay, very good. That's called a roving indicator system, where whatever you touch the first time and come back to it, the next touch becomes the sign, or the second touch becomes the sign. There are a lot of different ways to give signs, but sign giving becomes an art. And I'll tell you what, sign stealing becomes an art too. One of the best I've ever been around was my right fielder, Tony Gwynn. He would steal signs. We would look at videotape. What I would do during the course of a game is I would run a video camera on the third base coach, and every time he went through a set of signs, if nothing happened, didn't say a word. But as soon as he went through a set of signs that was a hit and run or a steal or whatever it was, then I would have my cameraman look at the numbers on the camera, write the numbers down, whatever it was, 5, 4, 3, 6, 2, and I would have them write who the hitter was, who the runner was, and what the count was. And then over a course of a game, if there were 4 hit and runs, there would be 4 sets of signs that were hit and runs. If there were 4 bunts, there would be 4 bunts that were bunts for the game. So when the game ends up over, I would take that stuff into the video room and I would run all of the hit and run numbers up onto the board and tape only that set of signs off onto another tape. So once you've got the other tape, you basically have 4 sets of signs that were all hit and run in a row, 4 sets of signs or 3 sets of signs that were all bunts in a row. And that's how we would steal other team signs when we were playing. Now I'm not saying that we're going to do that in softball. I'm saying that's part of the system that I use and part of my philosophy of preparing myself to beat the other team. And every coach has their own set. Mine works for me. I'm not saying any coach in the country has to do anything I do. I have found a system and a philosophy that I'm comfortable with in dealing with kids and dealing with players. And what I'm doing is I'm encouraging you, if you become coaches someday, and I'm encouraging your coaches to have their own set of signs, their own philosophy that they're comfortable with, so that every single time during the season when they give you a sign, there's not one single kid misses a sign, because they are very simple. All right, now what I'm going to ask you to do is I want you to pair up. This is the greatest way to give signs. Pair up with somebody and face them using the hat as the indicator and the signs that I gave you, and I want you to give the bunt, then the steal, then the hit and run to your partner, and then let them give them back, okay? Let's turn up and face right here, face each other. Get your partner, okay? In a line just like I am. This line on this side, move your line on back a little bit over there, turn around across from your partner. Now what I would like you to do is this line is going to give the bunt to the other line, okay? Give the bunt to us. We're watching, and I'm checking you out. Give us the bunt as the hat is the indicator. So all you have to do is hit your head. Since you're not wearing hats, just hit your head here as the hat.
We can start.
You guys are giving us the signs here. You just gave me the steal. Okay?
What'd you tell me?
Okay. Now we're going to do the bunt. Here's what's really ironic, and this is what's great. You know what? We make some fun of this. We make mistakes doing it, but here's the key. If you as a player can give the signs to someone else, you can also receive them. If you can't give them to someone else, you can't receive them. You don't know the signs. In order to give them, you have to know them. And that's why this is a great game. I used to, when I managed in the minor leagues for the Reds, I used to make the players sit on the bus and give them the signs. I gave away steak dinners and stuff for anybody who could stump anybody trying to give the signs. But all it did is it got my players to know the signs well enough that they could give the signs to someone else. And in order to give them, you have to know them.